Winter can be brutal. I'm talking teeth-chattering, bone-freezing, minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit kind of brutal. And here's the kicker. A medieval peasant, with no electricity, no furnace, no insulation foam, and no engineered windows, would laugh at your modern home's thermostat. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll not only see how ordinary people survived the deadliest winters in human history, but you'll also get a masterclass in survival tech that modern engineers totally forgot. And hey, if you love prepping hacks that actually work, hit that subscribe button right now. You won't want to miss what's coming next. You've heard of radiant floor heating, but medieval engineers turned it into an art form. Forget modern furnaces that guzzle gas for hours daily. Northern European monks and builders perfected the heat storage hypocaust. They dug a chamber under the floor, built a brick furnace, and stacked massive granite boulders above it. One fire, 2 to 4 hours, and the stone soaked up enough heat to warm the entire home for 3 to 5 days. No constant fuel, no power grid dependency. Modern homes burn through energy every day, but these medieval thermal batteries were literally storing winter in stone. Efficiency and resilience rolled into one. Layering is nothing new, but honestly, medieval wool was next level. Unlike modern wool, which is stripped of lanolin to make it soft, medieval wool kept this natural wax. Why care? Well, because lanolin makes wool water-resistant and even generates heat when it's wet. Hydrogen bonds in the wool release heat as water molecules interact with the fibers. A 2009 experiment in Germany reconstructed a Bronze Age wall. The results? It actually met 1995 German building codes. That's right. Humans went backwards in insulation for centuries. Medieval double walls of wattle and daub packed with dried grass created millions of tiny air pockets. Free materials, incredible thermal performance, and, natural moisture management. Modern insulation costs thousands of dollars, but medieval peasants achieved similar results with dirt straw and a bit of ingenuity. Wood shortages weren't a problem. Peasants turned to peat, semi-decayed plant matter harvested from bogs. High energy density, renewable, abundant, and local. One family could literally walk to the bog and collect enough fuel for the entire winter. Compare that to today's reliance on pipelines, global supply chains, and power grids. Medieval heating didn't just keep people warm, it made them independent. Modern fridges, they run on electricity, but medieval root cellars, well, they ran on physics. By digging 6 to 8 feet underground, using stone walls for thermal mass, and keeping things really humid, peasants could store food for months without it spoiling. Carrots, turnips, potatoes, squash. These could all stay safe for 6 to 8 months. Honestly, even the smallest lapse in today's power grid and suddenly your survival food is ruined. But those medieval systems, they needed no infrastructure and, no electricity at all. Forget about those thin, modern walls and the need for constant heating. Medieval log cabins had walls that were 8 to 12 inches thick, with notched corners that actually tightened over time, heavy thatched roofs, tiny windows, and moss or clay chinking. They could trap heat for days and honestly, weather centuries. Minimal fuel, maximum warmth, and complete resilience. Sure, modern convenience might be easier, but when the power goes out, these cabins still work just fine. Late medieval homes didn't just burn wood. They made sure to capture nearly every bit of heat. Chimneys pulled smoke upward, warming up the stone walls and even creating heated seating areas. Masonry stoves forced hot gases through internal channels, soaking the stone with thermal energy. Just one small fire for a couple of hours could heat a house for a full day. That's efficiency modern HVAC systems can only dream of. Medieval peasants weren't just scraping by. They were thriving in conditions that would honestly cripple most modern homes. Heat storage floors, lanolin-rich wool, double walls, peat fuel, root cellars, log cabins, and masonry stoves. All of it. simple, local, renewable, and resilient. The principles still hold up today. Thermal mass, passive heating, moisture management, and renewable fuel sources. As climate extremes get worse and infrastructure keeps aging, these old-school survival hacks are, well, more relevant than ever.